Welcome to the Sales to CEO podcast. This podcast takes you from the sales floor to the big office. I'm Louis Heron, and it's my personal mission to coach, teach, and inspire you to realize the opportunity you have in the automobile business. Learn all the strategies, tactics needed to sell not 15 or 20 cars a month, let's think 40 or 50 cars a month, and grow from sales to sales manager, maybe sales manager to general manager, or even the dealer principal, whichever one you desire. Let's drive your career forward together today. Welcome in, guys. What's going on? It's your host, Louis Heron, here with another episode of Sales to CEO. Man, it's been a minute. No doubt. Have had several requests, guys asking me, man, where you been? Man, I've been freaking busy, but more importantly, give an excuse, because there's no excuse not to continue to serve the community that's serving me, giving you guys some information, some content, some relevance to help you guys grow and expand. Again, when we're in this game of selling cars and managing salespeople and leading dealerships and doing the things we need to do, guys, it's all about expansion. It's all about expanding, getting better. Focusing on how we can get better, just 1% better than we were yesterday, right? Just how can we be better than we were yesterday? Now, I talk about in the Louis Heron podcast, again, body, being, balance, and business, 4 core areas of getting better, working on ourselves, the spiritual side, the health side, the mental health, the physical health, the food ingestion, eliminating vices, all the things that stop us from growth and expansion, right? Trying to numb and the things we experience, especially in the car business, guys. I mean, here we're sitting in November, and last time I checked in the car business, it's seasonal, right? So it doesn't get a whole ton better as we go from November through February, right? These are the tougher times. It's cooler in most areas of the country. It tightens up. So we've got to do a better job of focusing on the things we need to do. Today, we're talking about the 5 characteristics of becoming a great salesperson, right? We want to be great. We want to be great in any endeavor that we do, regardless if that's, being a husband, whether that's, being a father, whether that's being an employer, or if you're managing and operating the dealership, you want to be better in managing. You want to be better in leadership, right? And leadership growth is personal growth, right? As we grow individually, we grow in our leadership skills, right? Because the first person we've got to lead is ourselves. We all know that, right? Let's talk about the 5 characteristics. Real short podcast, get you in and out of here. But I want to touch these things, and I want you to really just isolate and understand, are you acknowledging or amplifying these 5 characteristics? Is this something that you feel like you resonate with and that you're crushing it, you're killing it in all these capacities? It's very, very important to have that understanding if we are or we're not, so we can grow and expand in those areas. And let's get right into it. Let's talk about the first one, relentless persistence. Relentless persistence. Now, look, you guys know I love breaking down words and the etymology of words. Relentless. It's showing or promising no abatement of severity, intensity, strength, or even pace, right? So what is abatement? Abatement is simply the act of abating, or the state of being abated, reduction, decrease, elimination, mitigation. In other words, where the relentlessness, there's no abatement, there's no reduction in the level. That's what being relentless is. We want to be relentless in our approach, persistent in our actions. Most of the stores that I go into, guys, most of the teams that I train and coach, most of the dealerships, a lot of guys will clue in on what I say, and they'll understand where I'm coming from, and light bulbs will come on. They will get it. The key is relentless persistence of the things that we know we could do. Now, here's the beautiful part. There are things that I can share with you guys you've never heard. That lends to a little bit of excitement and understanding of, hey, I can try something different. Or they're the true and tried things that we never get away from in the business, whether it's follow-up or certain things of that nature. But we got to have relentless persistence on making those happen. That's the characteristic of a great salesperson. The very first thing is, I need you to ask yourself, are you relentless? Are you relentless? Are you persistent? Again, there are Tuesdays, there are Fridays, there are Mondays, but there is no someday. And so many times we tell ourselves, someday I'll get this done. Someday I'll do this. And there is no someday. The day is today, and it's one day at a time, and it's building blocks one after one after one after one that create months, that create quarters, that create years. If you can be relentlessly persistent, give yourself that space, that time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, you will start to see the results you're looking for. Number 2, of a characteristic of a great salesman is exceptional communication skills, right? You earn what you're worth, right? You are what you eat, right? You look like you live, right? These are just statements of facts, right? And you earn what you're worth. What you're worth is predicated largely on your communication style, your communication skills, having exceptional skills. Being a great communicator is more than just speaking or communicating to someone. It's also about listening, right? Having the active listening skills, right? So you can create tailored solutions, so you can give clarity to a situation. Your job is to create, again, words create pictures. Pictures create emotions, and energy and action follows thought. Our job as a salesperson is to convey this energy in such a way that we create stories and pictures based on the information a consumer tells us. Paint that picture that creates the emotions that gets them to take action on doing something today. We all have opportunities to close deals today, yet we have the objections that come up. First place I've been, wife's not here, waiting on insurance settlement, got to check with the credit union, all these different things, got to shop two other places, all these things. We only make them valid to us because we don't have the answers and the communication skills to overcome those. So again, if you look at the Sales and CEO program, you've got all those power words, phrases to memorize, practice, drill, and rehearse, right? You've got several videos on communication and influence and persuading consumer to do business today. You've got the master closing section that has over 17, 18 closes that you can use in those moments to make an impact, right? So we're talking 5 characteristics. We know the first one is you got to be relentless, got to be consistent. Second one is you got to have exceptional communication skills. The third one, this is a powerful one, guys, and I need you to just ask yourself the question, as it relates to this third one, how well do you do at this? Empathy and building trust. How many times throughout the conversation do you put yourself in the consumer's shoes when they give you a stall, an objection, or isolate a feeling of concern? The power in showing empathy, being authentically in the moment with them, builds that trust you need to move the customer through the process to the next phase. Remember, we're going from a meet and greet and we're trying our very best to get to a write-up and a proposal. If we meet 10 customers and write up 0, we've had 0 opportunities to close a car deal. The goal is to get to a point where we're in a closing situation. How do we do that, right? Well, we're relentlessly persistent to get the customers to show back up and get back into the dealership and handle the day-to-day follow-up that we need to. We're learning exceptional communication skills. And then we're also employing empathy and building trust, which was number 3. So ask yourself, how well do you build and put yourself in their shoes throughout the conversation? How well are you empathetic to feel what they're feeling, to be able to understand it and be able to share with them how we do things differently to mitigate those feelings? That's a key piece of a characteristic of being a great salesperson. Number 4, this is one when I share with you guys, I'm going to tell you, look, I'll be completely candid. I was not the best at this, and that is product knowledge and being an expert in the craft. Now, we've all sold a car that we have not done a demonstration presentation. We've all sold a car before where we didn't have all the product knowledge. I get it. And those are the reasons why we don't continue to grow in that capacity. The beautiful part about it is if you learn your product, whether it's Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Lexus, doesn't matter what your product is, you learn your product, all the themes of all the convenience packages, all the themes of the safety features, they're relevant throughout the whole line. Take the time to be an expert in the product, incorporate that in the conversation. People want to deal with an expert. People want to deal with a pro, right? The more times you got to go find out the answer or get with the guy that knows the product better than everyone in the store is not only wasting time, but it's also a breakdown in the trust that you're building with the client that they can rely on you. So again, number 4, being a great salesperson characteristic is, again, product knowledge and expertise. And the 5th one, the final one, we wrap this thing up, that is vital is having a goal setting mind. You've got to be goal oriented, which means you got to set your targets. Then you got to keep yourself accountable to those targets. Now, again, what I'm real big on, and I talk about in Sales and CEO and all the training, when I'm in all the stores, it's all about 7 days. When you put a huge goal, again, the law of 7, which totally breaks down in the Sales and CEO program, it's vital. It's single-handedly helped me personally to sell 40 cars a month when I was selling cars, because I didn't take a 30-day month and put my target at 40 and then be at the 15th and I've only got 11 and a half cars out, and now all of a sudden I don't think I can get my goal. I break everything down into a 7-day window. I break my KPIs, how many demos, how many appointments did I set, how many social media posts, how many outbound phone calls did I make. In 7 days, I tracked my 7-day window. My 40 car goal was really 11 cars a week for me. Now I know you may think, oh my gosh, 11 cars a week. Yeah, it is. Some people don't sell 11 cars in a full month. What I'm sharing with you is if I just came up short and did 7.5 the first week and 9 the second week, I'm still sitting at 16.5 at the halfway point. I'm still feeling pretty damn good, right? And so that's my focus with you guys is, again, become goal oriented. So guys, you have everything you need to have a clear perspective on what it takes as far as characteristics of a phenomenal salesperson, on what it takes, guys. It's just the small basics over and over and over, guys, create huge results. Their small things create huge results. Look, if you want more content, go to louisheron.com. Check out the website. Go to YouTube at Louis Heron TV. And of course, you always have access to the Sales CEO program. I just completed a webinar. That's on YouTube. It's an hour and a half worth of training. Get a ton of that. Costs you nothing, guys. And again, if anyone at your stores are interested in doing any kind of in-store training, just send a podcast to your manager, general manager. Let's get a phone call. Just talk about what's needed in the store. Because at the end of the day, I'm confident that I can bring to you guys some information and content and processes, scripts and tactics and strategies that I know will make an impact that will help each of you sell more cars. And in the end of the day, that's what builds the morale and is production. We want to make sure we're doing the things every day that we need to contribute to our overall success. Guys, if you need anything, feel free to inbox me on all social platforms. If I can help you in any way, I'm always here. Look, if no one's told you you're phenomenal, look, you're phenomenal. You got what it takes. You're the greatest asset. Stop being a liability to yourself and your family. Do the things you need to do on a daily basis to get you at the level you need to be. You've got what it takes. Look, until next time, I'll see you on the Sales to CEO podcast. Thanks for tuning in to the Sales to CEO podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, like, and share with other car professionals. Guys, it really helps a ton. For those ready to take the next step, visit louisheron.com for the Sales to CEO course and many other courses and resources you're going to need to get you to that 40 and 50 cars a month. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Louis Heron TV for more insights, strategies as well. Let's keep driving your career forward together.